Okay, awesome, awesome, awesome. So first things first, what do you know about crypto? So I can see where you're at with that.
So I'm currently buying crypto, and I've got a MetaMask and got some money in it with ETH, but I haven't bought anything from that yet.
Okay, okay. So do you know about Hex? Anything about Hex?
Vaguely.
Vaguely. Okay. So Hex is it's a, I guess you could say a certificate of deposit. You know how we have like CDs in the bank, all right, regular banks, but it's like a crypto version of it. And it's actually super dope. It actually hit over, I think, what, 10,000x in 2 years. I mean, that's one of the fastest performing coins, you'll see in a while. And it's been moving. I'll show you a chart too. It's been moving at a steady, higher highs and higher lows as well. And it's doing the same trajectory of what Ethereum and Bitcoin was doing and is doing, but it's done it faster. So that's why too, a lot of people at first, it's the same thing like Bitcoin. In the beginning of Bitcoin, people thought it was a scam because you didn't really know the tokenomics, the utility of it. But once some people started realizing, oh, people are actually using it on the dark web, all right, it has some level of, value to it because if people are using it. Same thing like money. Money is just a tool. If one day I tell you, oh, the cost for a house is going to be a pack of toilet paper, people are going to be out here trying to scurry up and find toilet paper everywhere. So it's all about what you can use to barter. And as you see right now, crypto is awesome. So Hex is, if I'll share my screen, we go to hex.com real quick. I want to show you Hex first and then I'll delve into like PulseChain and all that other cool jazz, because it's by the creator of the same guy who invented this. And so as you see, and he's big on staking. For me personally, I'm someone who, I love crypto. I was in crypto from 2017, from even when I met Charles, and it was like that fast money I was seeing, like, oh my gosh, if I put in my money now, I can make 10x in like 2 days and blah blah blah. No, no, no. I'm learning about delayed gratification. I'm learning that the two people who super successful in crypto are the founders and people who actually hold through the bear market, through the bear market. Now I'm at a point in my life where I get excited because when coins are going down, especially coins that I actually did research in and I believe in and I'm a part of the community, I'm over here trying to buy as much as I can. I'm like, yo, anybody got extra money? Let me just buy some more, because as you see with the pattern, there's always going to be dips and it's always going to be all-time high peaks in crypto,
Mhm.
especially for good projects. So during the peaks, I sell. I take some profits. I mean, of course, I don't sell my whole bag, but I take some profits. But then when the dips come, I'm like, oh, Hex was at 12 cents. I'm gotta buy some more Hex. And then now Hex is at 20 cents, and the all-time high for Hex was 55 cents. So again, Hex started off at like point zero, a couple zeros and a seven, but then if I'm not mistaken, but then I think it was around day 30 something, it hit a super low. It was like 4 or 5 zeros and then the number five, so point 0.000005 or whatever it was. That was the all-time low. So people who got in there as well, because people again buy the dips, they when it hit 55 cents, they a million times their money, a million% their money, which is 10,000x. So that means that if you put, just to put that in our minds, if you put $1,000 in, you literally just times that by 10,000 and you made 10 million bucks. And
Yeah,
this is
that's
real.
nuts.
I know, right? And you would be like, wait, what? And this is within 2 years. And I'm telling you, these people call themselves hexicans. So it is real. These people are real millionaires. Richard Hart, the guy who created Hex, has created a plethora of millionaires. And they are so serious about their community. They are so serious about it. One time it touched my heart when I saw about a couple guys was what they staked their Hex. They 100% stake their Hex, because that's the next thing about Hex. They're big about when you stake do you know the process of staking? I can explain that too.
Yeah, explain that. Might as well.
So when you stake your money, it's hex is basically like, you know how like when miners for Bitcoin do proof of work. So proof of work meaning that you have to get mine machines. It's bad for the ecosystem because you see even China just banned mining because you have to get these high level computers to so that you have it running, killing up your light and electricity bill just so it can spit out a couple thousand Bitcoin a year. But
Mhm.
but now you have this with hex, which is proof of stake. By staking your money, you are minting and mining new hex. So the longer you stake, the more free hex you get. So
Mhm.
hex is so sustainable that the average stake today is 6 years. I personally have a 10-year stake. That means my money is locked up and I can't touch it. But I also have a 1-year stake. I have actually yesterday I staked one for 2 years. So next year, my birthday on February 5th, I'm gonna have a stake that's gonna be finished. It means that I locked up my coins and I'm gonna have delayed gratification. I'm gonna have the discipline to wait for it to fully mature. So I'll get my initial back plus a whole lot of extra. So not only if you get 38% return, plus you get something called a T-share, which I'll see if I can go through that as well. But
Yep.
the beauty about what took place within the last 2 years was price appreciation. So remember, what you're staking is hex. You don't worry about the money value. You're staking, let's say 40,000 hex. 40,000 hex last year, hex was at 1 cent. So 40,000, move that, 40,000 times 0.01, that's what, $400. Right
Mm.
now, 40,000 hex times 0.20 cents, that's where it is, that's $8,000. So
Yeah.
if somebody staked $400 last year, January 2021, and their stake ended today, not only if they get their same 40,000 back, but they get 38% return at average. A lot of it is more than that because you get something called a T-share. So when you stake, let me go to the staking area right here. When you stake hex, the beauty about staking hex is you get something called a T-share, and a T-share is what is what allows you to mint your the amount of hex that you're supposed to mint. So as of today, every single T-share is worth 6 hex. So if you put 40,000 hex, right, and they say they'll give you 40,000 hex gives you 1 T-share. That means, and today 1 T-share is equivalent to 6 hex. Every day you get 6 hex. So the name of the game is to do what? Get more T-shares, because the more T-shares you get, the more hex you can mint. And that's why too, the longer you stake it, they'll give you extra T-shares. And also the bigger amount of money you put in, the bigger amount of hex you put in, you get more T-shares as well. So the name of the game when it comes to staking hex is to get as much T-shares as possible. And every single day, no matter where the coin is, the coin could go to 1 cent, the coin could go to $100. T-shares always consistently only goes up. I actually have a site I can show you. It's called hexdailystats.com. And it'll show you from the inception, 1 T-share was worth $7 at one point. Matter of fact, it was worth 60 cents at one point. But today, 1 T-share is worth close to $4,000. So you would need to stake $4,000 worth of hex in order to basically get just 1 T-share just off the bat. But the longer you stake it, like for 2 years, 1 year, whatever, the more T-shares you get. So just let
Yep.
me show you that real quick, and then I'm going to transition to PulseChain. I just wanted to show you how awesome Hex is, because the creator of the creator of Hex is Richard Hart, and he created this dope process, those dope coin here, and it's been super successful. People called it a scam from the jump. But again, everybody called things a scam until this day. A lot of people all the people who called it a scam, they clearly missed out on 10,000x gains. So I'm like, yeah, I wish I was day one. I wish I was an OG Hexagon, because it came out in 2019 of December, if I'm not mistaken. So I should show you that right here. Yep,
So it's still
2019.
relatively new.
Exactly. It's still relatively new. It dropped over here at 0.003. And as you see, a T-share started at 10,000 hex. You'll notice the T-share amounts of hex don't care about the dollar value. It's just the amount of hex is going to take for you to get 1 T-share. And you see on December 5th, One T-share was worth $7.
Mm.
So I'm like, man, and it was giving you one T-share a day at that valuation. But out of all these things, like I'm gonna scroll up really fast. You're gonna see the price go up and down. You see the price tanked over here, 0.00009. The price could tank, but the amount of T-shares never go down. T-shares just keep going up. That's why I was explaining to Charles last night. I'm like, when you properly understand T-shares when it comes to hex, soon one T-share, before you know it, is going to be 100,000 hex. And what are we going to do when hex hit 50 cents? So in order to get one T-share, it's going to cost you what, $50,000 to get one T-share. So that's why people are smart about locking in that value from now for long term. I locked down 8 T-shares for the next 10 years. So every single day I'm getting and today, as you see the amount of T-shares, let me scroll all the way up to the top real quick. The amount of T-shares today is worth six hex. So who knows? One T-share could be worth 10 hex. And guess what? I got those 8 T-shares locked in for 10 years. So every single day I am minting and mining my own hex. And that's the beauty of proof of stake. It's, first of all, it's good for the environment. That's why Ethereum 2.0 Vitalik is planning on bringing that out eventually. I don't know when it's coming out, but he's trying to transition from proof of work to being completely proof of stake. Hex already did it. Hex already showed you the proper way of minting and mining your own coins without messing up the ecosystem. Like, this is in the environment. This is dope. This is crazy. So that's Hex.
Yeah.
I wanted to explain that just to show you that the guy who created it is dope and he knows what he's doing. So now he created something called PulseChain. PulseChain's coming out in March. Hopefully it's software. It could be a little delayed, but we're still pushing for March. So that's one more year. He had something called a sacrifice phase in July of last year for PulseChain. So that one's already done. And that one was, pretty exciting. There is going to be a way, if you're interested, when PulseX come out, when PulseChain does drop, and PulseX come out the same time, you'll be able to swap some of your PulseX for PulseChain. I'm going to explain what all that means right now. And also too, if you have any questions, sometimes I can talk really fast. If you tell me to slow down or say, hey, what does this mean? Like, always go back and I'll try to explain anything for you if I'm losing you in any way, shape, or form. So please.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
No, you're doing well, following along.
Okay, awesome. All praises. Great, awesome. All right. So now what PulseChain is, Ethereum because you have Ethereum. So as you see, Ethereum is a coin where people can come in on the decentralized aspect of it. People can come in on that blockchain. Developers can come and create their projects on there. As you see, there's over 10,000 coins that was created on the ERC, the Ethereum blockchain. So the thing about it is that's dope. That's awesome. Mass adoption. Everything is great. But what are some issues that we have with Ethereum right now? Yesterday, perfect example. Somebody hit me up and say, Raquel, everybody know about Shiba, everybody know about Doji. One of my boys said, yo, Raquel, you ever heard of Sheep Doji? I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, Sheep Doge. You gonna get some? I'm like, bro, it sounds like a coin that's gonna get you wrecked or rug pulled. Like, he was like, Raquel, I don't know, man. I put $5,000 in it. It might be good. I already doubled my money. I said, okay, you know what? Let me throw some chicken feet in there. I was like, let me throw $50 in there. So I went on Uniswap to try to buy $50 worth of Sheep Doge yesterday. My $50. Guess what the fee to try to process my $50 was costing me $200. I was like, this is ridiculous. This is outrageous. This is not sustainable. This is absurd. If I told a normal Joe Schmo, yo, go buy $50 worth of this coin, and they said, Raquel, I think I'm doing something wrong. I'm like, what are you doing wrong? They're like, it's trying to charge me $250. I'm like, that you're not doing nothing wrong. That's the name of the game. If the gas fee
doesn't make sense.
Exactly. But guess what? Hundreds of thousands of people are still doing it because that's the only way you could do it. A lot of the great projects are created on Ethereum. Binance tried to come out with their own one that it is cheaper, but Binance did it, AVAX did it, Crow just came out. I said AVAX, that's Avalanche, and crypto.com also is another one that's trying to do that too. All these network coins are coming out, spitting out left and right, trying to, I guess, compete as well with Ethereum. But guess what? Everybody's still living on the Ether blockchain. It's still super productive and super successful. But why? But that's because of the projects and because of the exposure. So what Richard Hart did, oh yeah, we're not done with that. Well, let me finish tear down ETH a little bit. So then, of course, again, the gas fees are ridiculous, right? And then the network gets super congested as well. You might be like, Raquel, I mean, for a confirmation, you know, 1 minute is not bad. You know, for 30 seconds is not bad sometimes. I remember when I did the sacrifice in the end of December with people, the sacrifice phase for PulseX, it was actually taking 5 minutes for some people's transactions to go through. I mean, hey, that could have been on their internet end, but I witnessed it. I'm like, yo, my people like, Raquel still didn't go through yet. I'm like, just wait, bro, just wait. And depending on how congested the network is, it could probably potentially not even go through error and take your money. I've seen that happen. I'm like, this is preposterous. This is not realistic. I can't bring people onto this. I have something that I call a rec crew in crypto. That means people who I'm like, a coin come out, I can tell them because they understand the you know what it means. Like, okay, if I want to buy $100 worth of a coin, it might cost me $300 fee just to get this coin. But let's go rock. But it's only a certain amount of people who could process that. Because normal people will be like, no, this is stupid. I'm not doing it. So that's fine.
It's a scam.
Right. It's a scam. Right. So we have that issue there. We have the issue of it being expensive and it being slow. Okay. And also, as we talked about, it's a form of a proof of work as well. People are mining this and it's destroying the environment, just to be straight up. I mean, especially people who cares about that. That's a big deal. That's a massive big deal. Like I said, it's no mistake why China banned that. And China's not the only one who banned Bitcoin mining as well. So I forgot who else did it, but it's a big deal. So now the next thing, why PulseChain is important. Richard Hart cares. That's one thing I'll give him. He cares very deeply about his hex community. They call themselves hexicans. And what Ethereum did was basically double the price of people who use hex, who use products like hex, so that it can try to make the fees a bit cheaper for other users. Richard Hart was like, I don't like that. I'm not going to allow that to happen. So what he did was he forked Ethereum. So when you fork something, that means you made a copy of it. So he took Ethereum and now created a second, forked it and copied it and created PulseChain. But not only that, he went in and made some tweaks to fix all the issues and the headaches that Ethereum had. One is cheaper. Basically, the same transaction that I try to do for $50 and it cost me almost $200-$300 to push it through. If I'm doing the same transaction on PulseChain, because PulseChain also is gonna come out at under $1 when it does release, it's going to be basically free because it's going to be 0.0001 worth of pulse to get that transaction through. So it's basically going to be free. That's number one. Then number two, remember I told you it takes a couple seconds to sometimes minutes to get transactions to go through on Ethereum. No, PulseChain now, the testnet came out. So all this stuff I'm saying right now, you can check it yourself and test it out I can show you that if you're ever interested. But you can test it out right now because testnet is out. Testnet version 2 is out, and next should be testnet version 3 or mainnet. Which whenever mainnet come out, as you know, that means it's the coin is out and we get to play around and get excited. But it is 3 to 4 seconds per transaction now. So it's faster, it's cheaper, and it's proof of stake. So you don't have to sit there and start mining or any of that stuff. But that sounds great. But you want to know what makes it even better? Remember I mentioned earlier, there's over 10,000 projects on the Ethereum blockchain, right? So it being over 10,000 projects, he's doing the largest free airdrop ever in crypto. So that means if you have 1 million Shiba of Ethereum Shiba sitting in your MetaMask, he's going to airdrop you 1 million PulseChain Shiba. So what that means is that everybody who has a coin on MetaMask under the Ethereum network, there's going to be a snapshot. So a snapshot is basically like a picture of your wallet. He's going to snapshot your wallet, and then he's going to give you the exact amount of coins, not dollar value, but of coins on the PulseChain network with the same exact the same exact contract address. Why that's important is because people who have Shiba, this won't be like a brand new token. No, it's your same token with the same contract address that you can go on. Let me show you an example. Because whenever you want to add coins on your MetaMask, it always tells you to import the coin, and you have to come on one of these coin ranking sites, and you can get the contract address. Copy that right here, and then copy that address and put it in your MetaMask so that you can show it up on your wallet. It's going to run off of the same contract address on the PulseChain network. So that does a number of things for us, guys. What it does, number one, it brings mass adoption. That means that people who have Hex, first of all, I already know the Hexicans, because again, PulseChain is for them. The Hex community is going, they already said, if y'all think y'all gonna get cheap or free Hex on the PulseChain network, y'all are sadly mistaken. So if you own Hex right now, you're gonna get a free copy of Hex on your PulseChain. This is massive. It's ridiculous. It's crazy. So forget about the Hex community, because I already know they're going to be building on that platform. Let's talk about the Chainlink. Let's talk about all these other ones, these other 10,000 projects. Some of these projects got flexed out, James, because it was too expensive to operate on Ethereum. You think about these little key shoes, these little baby whatever coins that probably was a good coin. A lot of them are rugs, a lot of them are scams, but some of them probably had a good team behind it, but it was just too expensive to maintain on the Ethereum blockchain. You won't have to worry about that. Your community will have a new home, and they didn't have to do nothing to get those coins. Whether you want it or not, you're gonna get those crypto coins. So now what that does is add into the mass adoption. People are going to come in and find a new home and be able to transact and move around on the PulseChain blockchain. So that's the thing that I'm like, this is ridiculous. So
he's a smart guy, isn't he?
Brilliant. He's a brilliant. I give him that much. I'm like, wow. I mean, he's helped me with delayed gratification, because I told you I was a very like, let's go crypto. We gotta make 10K. And I've definitely calmed down from there. But when it comes to how smart he is, he's up there. So I think about that. But now let's talk about that's just talking about the people who got flexed out of Ethereum. Let's talk about, like I said, the Chainlink. If you go to Chainlink right now, check this out. Let's go to Chainlink. And you go to Etherscan. Let's go to that. Any day now, computer. All right. Hold on, it's loading up. We're going to go to Etherscan, and we're going to see roughly how much wallets is associated with Chainlink. If I'm not mistaken, it should be around 600,000 wallets. There you go, 647,000 wallets. And give or take, all these wallets aren't unique. I have multiple wallets that holds multiple of the same coin. So let's say 400,000 of these wallets are unique people. Each and every one of those people is going to get a free copy of their Chainlink. And when you think of the idea of the game theory behind whales, behind holders, they understand, whoa, if I'm going to get a gang of these coins over for free, and I already love, I'm a Chainlink enthusiast, why wouldn't I go over there during the price discovery phase, bridge in some money and help build that up over there as well? Because you literally have double the coins and you did nothing for it. Some people are going to wait and watch their little extra bags get pumped. Some people are going to come in and add more liquidity, because there you go. There's so much. Do you know about liquidity and being a liquidity provider by any chance?
No.
You said, yeah?
No.
Oh, no. Okay. I'll explain that to you too. But people are going to go over the community, because again, you got it for free. You didn't do nothing for it. You're going to go over there, and some people are going to pump their bags over there. People are going to hodl. Remember, I told you that the top two people in crypto who truly successful is the owners, the creator of the tokens, and people who hold and get through all the waves of the pumps and dumps and all that stuff to weed out all the noobs out of the crypto space in that particular project. So they're going to come in. Chainlink is just one of over 10,000 people who's going to find out. Because guess what? You're going to have people like me and the Hex community and other influencers who's going to have a thumbnail on YouTube. I'm like, hey guys, if you own Chainlink on February 2nd, because let's say the snapshot, we find out the snapshot was yesterday. If you owned Chainlink on February 2nd in your MetaMask, you just got a free copy of each of your coins. They're gonna be like, what kind of clickbait trash is this? But they're gonna click it and they're gonna realize, yo, this is real. This is how you bring the exposure to the Chainlink. So not only that, they're gonna realize, whoa, it's the same coin. I'm gonna be on a cheaper platform, a faster platform. It's just like it's a no-brainer. And again, this is what I'm talking about. We don't even need all 10,000 of the crypto of the Ethereum community. You got a gang of people in Chainlink or a gang of people in the Shiba. Shiba has over 2 million wallets. You kidding me? Like, I'm like, this is mind-boggling. But then what makes it, that's on the PulseChain blockchain. So now let's talk about PulseX. PulseX is the fork of Uniswap. As you see, Uniswap is the #1 DEX. DEX is a decentralized exchange, is the #1 DEX on the Ethereum blockchain. Like if you go on MetaMask and you try to go and buy a coin, it's going to automatically connect you to the Uniswap when you're doing the swap. So he forked the PulseX. He forked the Uniswap of that's on the Ethereum. He forked it and created a Pulse exchange on there. So again, he adds some improvements, of course. So no, the fees are, I believe, a little bit cheaper, but if I'm not mistaken, he also gives the liquidity providers extra incentives. So regular bystanders, like sometimes you, maybe Charles, who just delve in and just say, oh, Raquel said to go buy Shiba, I'm just going to buy Shiba. Or Raquel said to sell my Shiba, I'm just going to sell my Shiba. That's fine. But the operations that take place behind is called liquidity. And you providing liquidity is you being a liquidity provider. So in order to provide liquidity for a pair, so let's say you do Shiba and Ethereum, you're going to swap the Shiba that you have to take profits and put it into Ethereum. That means that somebody had to come in and provide the amount of liquidity so that you'll be able to make that swap. So what happens is, if I want to provide $1,000 worth of liquidity for that pool of those two pairs, which is Ethereum and Shiba, I'll have to come in and put up $1,000 of Shiba and $1,000 of Ethereum. You might be like, Raquel, why is that beneficial for a liquidity provider to put in $2,000 just to be accredited for $1,000 worth of liquidity? I'm like, yeah, that might sound bad right there and then, but they get incentives. That means every single transaction in that pool, I get a percentage of it. So every single transaction that takes place, I'll get, let's say, let's say 0.30%, like 0.3% or whatever is spread out amongst all the liquidity providers. So that's one incentive that's typically normal. That seemed to be enough because people still provide liquidity and they think about their passive income on a good pair. But guess what Richard Hart did? He added something even crazier. He added an extra token that's going to be on a DAO. So it's called there's no name for it, but it's an incentive token. So now you're going to get not only your normal thing that a liquidity provider would get, like the passive income from the transaction fees and trust me, it's going to be a lot of volume on the PulseX, because PulseX is going to be the most liquid exchange on the PulseChain blockchain. So not only if you get the fees accredited to you, but you'll get a free token that's going to have value in it. And then what you can do, check this out. You'll be able, remember, like I said before, to be a liquidity provider, you got to put up 2 to get basically 1 to get that 1 value. You'll be able to put up that free token that you got for being a liquidity provider. And don't forget your free PRC20 tokens that you got. Remember those free tokens you got for doing nothing, for just having money in your MetaMask? You'll be able to pair those things up too and get yields from that and get transaction fees from that. This man truly likes to give out free money. He does that because guess what? When Hex came out, he gave a free airdrop to everybody who owned Bitcoin. So if you owned Bitcoin, you were able to go in and claim your free Hex when it dropped. Some people didn't do it. Some people did. And look at them. They're caking now. So
yeah, that would have been a good move on their part. Jeez.
Right. But again, this is a scam. This is a scam. when it just came out, because again, it came out at 0.003. Nobody, what kind of trash quote token is this? Nope. Richard Hart been on YouTube way before 2019. He's been on YouTube talking about, excuse me, the Bitcoin highs, the Bitcoin, the tops, calling the top, calling the bottoms. Like he was minting Bitcoin back in 2011 from his machine, mining it. Every day his thing was spitting out 50 Bitcoin a day. Because remember, that's when Bitcoin was like a couple cents. So it was spitting out 50 Bitcoin a day, and he was like, "What kind of this?" He said he thought it was a scam. He literally thought this was a scam until he went on the dark net and he realized, okay, there's some kind of movement on this. And then of course the Reddit community, and that's when Satoshi was definitely active on that on the Reddit and on the platform. Now we don't know where he is, Satoshi Nakamoto, whatever, whoever that guy is, whatever. But the point is that, as we see right now, what a scam Bitcoin is. That, you want to know how much X that did? 6.9 million X. So that means whatever money you put in the first day when it was at its all-time low, 0.01 or whatever cents it was when it just dropped, you times that by 6.9 million in your calculator, and that's how much you would have had if you would have kept your Bitcoin. But I'm you know what? I'm happy that just came up, James, because think about this. This is why I love about Hex and the staking. Imagine if Bitcoin allowed us to stake for 10 years. Where would some people be? But the problem is people go and sell once they, ooh, I put 1,000 in and my 1,000 at 30,000. They sell too early. And then of course they're like, oh yeah, ooh, I played the game because it went to $1 and I sold that $1. No. And then, ooh, I sold that too, $500. Nope. If you keep holding it, that's why I don't stake all my money out for that long, but I made sure I have a nice little pie in 10 years. And also I have a 2-year, and every single birthday for the next 2 to 3 years, I have a stake coming out for me. So right now, Hex being at 20 cents, at the trajectory, what's stopping it from being at $5 by the end of next year? So that 20, it was actually 17 cents per coin that I staked. It was like whatever dollars I put in, times that is going to be times that by 5, because it may be not even by 5. It's whatever, how much ever time 17 cents go into $5. That's how much X's I'll have, projecting, not to say it's true, I don't have a crystal ball, my God, but projecting based off of the trajectory of Hex. It's bananas. It's crazy. But anyway, back to PulseChain and PulseX. And like I said, if you have any questions, stop me, please. I want to answer all questions. But yeah, so with PulseChain, that sacrifice happened in July already, so that's done. But PulseX sacrifice is happening right now. And check this out. In a month, we already passed. Mind you, this is pre-viral. People are still calling all this stuff scams. Look how much we got so far. And all this stuff is, you can see it for yourself. Go on to the Ethereum Etherscan and track everything. We are currently at, load up for me, please, 1,004,608,283 of, I would say, network coins. This is not counting Monero. This is not counting the XRP, because we have a couple $1 million in XRP, a whole lot of $1 million in Bitcoin. We have a couple $1 million in Litecoin. We have a gang of other coins that you can't see on the actual Etherscan. But look at the breakdown over here. We have over $500 million worth of Hex that has been sacrificed so far. $500 million. Then we have, you see, stable coins. Remember, stable coins don't go up, don't go down. It's always going to be at that price. So we have 100,000 worth of USDC stable coins, I said 100,000, forgive me, $100 million worth of stable coins in USDC, $50 million worth of Tether. We have about $5 million worth of Matic. Matic is not a stable coin, but $6 million worth of DAI over here, $17 million worth of Binance stable coins. So there's a lot of stable coins here, not counting, again, $3.2 million worth of Shiba. We have, what is this? Let me see what else. Uniswap, people, $1 million worth of Uniswap, $235 million worth of Ethereum. Like this is not, people don't even know about this yet, guys. People don't know about this project. This is like getting into Ethereum before Ethereum came out. Those Genesis Ethereums, man. Those Ethereums that people had that held on when they first gave that drop to them. This is bananas. So but this is for the Pulse X. This is for the Uniswap fork of it. That exchange. Whew, that's not, I know I said a lot. Let me know if you have any questions or anything from there.
No, like, so what's the action plan, or what's your thoughts? Buy everything?
Say that one more time, please.
What's your action plan? Like, what's your thoughts? Like, what's your plan going forward?
Okay, going forward with it. Yeah. So I sacrificed. I sacrificed for Pulse and PulseChain, for PulseChain and Pulse X. And my plan is, I tell people all the time to, if whenever you have the ability to stake it. And I don't plan to touch it until 2 years, at least a year and a half to 2 years. But I always say this: if you're ever, somebody's ever in a financial bind and the Father provides you an income, don't sit there and just say, oh, I need money, and you have crypto. If you have some liquid crypto, use your crypto. I don't want to do that, but I've been doing that. Heck's been literally paying my bills for almost the last year. Literally. I don't want to spend my Hex. As I told you, I want to hold on to it. I wish I could stake more, but I'm like, no, crypto, this is money. So use it if you need it. So I tell people to sacrifice, but to hold on to it as long as you possibly can, because this is for long-term gains. Like, that's how whales become whales. They literally, they buy it, they set it and forget it. But again, if somebody need it, I do tell people, pray about it and take it out if you need to. But there will be pumps. There will be times you'll be like, yo, I just 100x my money. Because remember, if you look at similar coins that has the same tokenomics, that are exchanges or that are networks, they have an average of 400x the first year on average. So think about that. If you put in $1,000 and you 400x $1,000, $1,000 times 400, that right there is 400,000. Some people might be like, oh, I'm selling, and that's great. I mean, sell some if you want, take some within the first year, whatever. But again, best believe I'm going to try to hold on as much as I can. As long as God allows me to do it, I'm going to cling on to as much of that coins as I possibly can. So my game plan is, I do recommend people to sacrifice. Let me show you the chart, because there is something I do need to explain to you right now. And it's okay. I think it's at $3 per 10,000 right now. It's at 307. So initially, I spoke to everybody between December 29th and January 10th, because every dollar got you 10,000 coins. They call it points, but it's really coins. Because the idea is, for tax purposes, he always says things like this: you are sacrificing for freedom of movement. Where we are right now in life, we can't, we feel trapped. We feel like we're in prison. You can't go where you want to go anymore because of whatever's going on in politics, all of that stuff. So the idea is, your mindset is, okay, I am sacrificing my money for freedom of movement, and you will be receiving free coins. You didn't pay for the coins, quote unquote, free coins, and that's fine. But the idea is, yes, between the first 10 days, or that's 11 or 12 days, every dollar got you 10,000 sacrifice points, which is 10,000 coins. But then there's a bonding curve from there. Every day, the price went up 5 cents. So right now, it's still okay to sacrifice. I feel like when it gets up to like 7, 9, I'll be like, yeah, I don't know. Maybe you should maybe wait till it come out. Probably get some dips or something. But right now, you're at every $3 will get you 10,000 coins. So me, again, I do recommend it. Not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just giving you whatever, what excites me. I'm just telling you what excites me. You do whatever the Spirit leads you to do.
Cool. It's definitely interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, it's super dope. Super dope. Yeah.
Cool. Charles, you got anything to add?
Let me see if he's even still here. I know he was helping out his mom. Yeah, he's not here right now. Charles, you there? Nope, he's not there. But yeah, but what I'll do is I'll provide you all the sites to go check out. Let me drop those in the chat, in our WhatsApp chat. Yeah, I'll send you the pulsex.com. I'll send you Pulse Lead. PulseXlead.com. I'll send you the pulse.info. That's where you would go to sacrifice. Since you have Ethereum, it's going to be pretty simple. You just make sure you sacrifice it to the right address. The other stuff is a link. If you're doing Monero, let me show you that real quick right now. Pulse.info. As you can see over here, if you're just doing Ethereum, wrong one. PulseX.info, all praises. PulseX.info, not Pulse.info. So anyway, PulseX.info. You go over here, you see if you're doing any of these network coins like Polygon, Avalanche, Ethereum, Binance, or Ethereum Classic, you always send to this address over here. But you can do Binance Chain, you can do Doji, you could do EOS, you could do Ripple, Monero, Zcash, Tron. I sacrificed Tron and Doji as well. I just like threw a little whatever. Like I saw like $100 worth of Doji, $200 worth of Tron. I said, I don't need this. I'd rather put it towards this. You know what I'm saying? Where I know I truly, like, through educating, guessing, and watching the whole movement of it, I truly believe this is going to be crazy. I mean, like I said, just the game theory behind it alone, the mass adoption behind it alone. Like not counting how much more improvements he did to it, but just the stuff that regular people can understand. Oh, I didn't explain this to you. Oh my gosh. For all praises, Father. PulseX, the exchange, it has something called a buy and burn in it. So initially he wanted to do a automatic buy and burn. That means that every single transaction that takes place on PulseX, right? There was going to be a percentage of the fee that would go to automatically buying the coin, which it's already doing. But initially, it was supposed to then automatically burn it. But he realized he couldn't do that. So he's still doing it, but he's using the term like, if that percentage of the fee is going to go to automatically buying it and then sending it over to a wallet, and we watch what the wallet is going to do, which I believe it will burn it. So what does that do in trading? In trading, what happens? Buy, sell, up, down, up, down, up, down, right? When a coin gets wrecked in crypto, what do you see? A whole bunch of red candles going down. But what buying and burning does, it only does one event, and that's buying at a gradual pace, which means it increases buy pressure. And what does buy pressure do? Slow and steady does it does that forever. So which means that it is a deflationary coin, which means the deflationary means that it keeps the supply keeps going down, which means demand keeps going up, price keeps going up. It's bananas. It's ridiculous. So he even had that mechanism built into it. So yeah, I'm mad I left that out, but I was like, this is gonna be crazy. This is why
he's definitely given it like some thought and some planning going into this.
Oh yeah, he did. Oh, like I said, brilliant. I don't know if Charles sent you a video to kind of give you an intro of who Richard Hart is. Definitely, I'll also let me make a note to send you that too in the chat. Like, watch that interview. Like, it gives you an idea. The guy is brilliant. He has like one of those high IQ type stuff, and he knows what he's doing, and think about it, he knows the pulse. He knows no pun intended. I just realized that. He knows the pulse of his community. He knows what people like. At first, I'm not gonna lie, if you watch his videos, not the interview, I'm gonna send you the interview to watch, but if you watch his videos on a normal basis, you might be like, yo, this guy is super arrogant. I mean, he pats himself back. He pats himself on the back all the time, all these different things, but there's a method to his madness. I'll say that. There's a method to it. And I'm like, wow. I mean, he knows what he's doing. And yes, I think he finally admitted that he's a billionaire. Even though like Hex is, if you look at Hex's market cap was at one point over $200 billion. So of course the dude is a millionaire, as a billionaire.
You could work that out.
Right. and he retired when he was 25. So he retired about.
How old is he now?
44?
Oh, okay.
40 something.
He's been retired for years.
For years before this came out, right? For years. I mean, he's been retired. So it's not even like he did this. Like he even said it. He said like for him, it's not about the money. It's about making people wealthy. And for him, he said for the glory. I mean, to each his own. But he said that it's for the glory. He wants to be the greatest man in crypto. But okay. So I'm gonna make a note to send you all links so you can read the white websites yourself. And also send you the video that I do recommend you watch, so you can have a better understanding of the way he thinks, the way he looks at the community, and why I truly do believe this is going to be a successful project. But just to let you know too, for PulseX lead, if you go on the pulsex.com, like I said, this goes up every day. Every day it goes up 5%. So this one is a little bit time sensitive, just so you could be the best position that you can possibly be. So by 7 o'clock today, this price is going to go up 5%. So whatever is 3.07 cents, I mean $3.07 times that by 5%, and it's going to be that's going to be the new rate for 10,000 crypto, for 10,000 coins tomorrow. And every day it goes up until the end of the sacrifice phase is on the 21st for the volume bonus, but the sacrifice phase officially ends on the 25th. Yeah. Okay, perfect. So yeah, again, if there's no questions on my end, let me know, and I'll also, well, I won't stop the recording until we're done. So yeah.
That's cool. Well, thanks for the rundown. Very, very informative.
Definitely.
And yeah, I'll definitely have a look and dive a bit into it, and yeah, probably buy something. No idea what or how much, but yeah, definitely something's there.
Oh yeah, and you'll see, like, people, you don't have to put in, because if you look at the top guy put $48 million. Ain't nobody doing that over here. Again, you can put whatever.
Good luck with that.
Right, good luck with that. But
come on, James, you know you can do it, James. You got this, man.
Oh, there you go.
Get a big loan. The banks will give me a loan. Hey?
And then you can even reverse it. And as you see, some people put $1 in. I mean, this one, they didn't even, I mean, their wallets is attached, but some people put $5, $10, $20. Like, yeah, you can put whatever you want to put in it. I'll send all that info in the chat right now, and then we can take it from there. If you have any questions, I'm always here. Always ask. I'm here for it.
Awesome.
Awesome.
No worries. Well, thanks for that. And yeah, we'll talk in the chat.
Definitely.
Right.
Awesome.